Thank you very much. Next, we're going to see the girls on stage again, and this time they're going to come with the R3 challenge. Now, the R3 challenge was set by our head judge, Jose Hendel. As you heard her biography, the expectation is very high. So the R3 challenge is about reduce, reuse, and recycle. And the whole point of this challenge is for the ladies to get a denim piece of material, old shirt, old trouser, recreate something wearable. And the aim in doing this is to reduce the fast fashion that we would ideally be going through. If they were to wear a denim thing, they would go and buy it, but they've been tasked to recreate something from a denim material. So that's what you're going to be seeing. We'll have some pictures up on screen for some of the contestants on how they came up with what they made. So ladies and gentlemen,
the R3 challenge
comes on stage.
Mulaba kutikitoko ngakubye skin jeans inedisoko takuva kumutunga edisoko figure steady ntambula kati woko kati woko mutima yikuteka kubadiroko nagambye mami dadi uncle yanga simuloko yanga demuloko
Contestant number 1, please tell us about your R3 challenge dress.
Thank you so much for that question. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, judges and special guests. As we all know, this challenge was to create an outfit in line with reduce, recycle, reuse. My outfit represents creativity and fashion. I was inspired by the Ugandan flag to particularly choose these colors from my wardrobe and my family's wardrobe that weren't being worn anymore. I used the flags of the Ugandan flag to mix match all the way from the upper collar to the knee area. The red part was my dad's old Lacoste t-shirt that he spared. The yellow part was my primary school sportswear shirt. And the black top was my sister's top that I took from her without asking. Please don't tell her. I used old cotton shirts to form the colors of the Ugandan flag. Did you know that cotton is a completely natural fabric compared to other fibers? And it is also used to produce 21% of the clothes that we wear today, but accounts for 69% of the water footprint of the entire textile industry. This challenge taught me that I can form anything out of something old to form something new. Thank you so much.
Oh my God.
Figure steady ntambula kati woko ngakubye skin jeans inedisoko figure steady ntambula kati woko mutima yikuteka kubadiroko nagambye mami dadi uncle yanga simuloko yanga demuloko yanga simuloko yanga demuloko amande kavambidongo anya munda bideko.
My reduce, reuse, recycle. So when the head judge came to us, she presented an outfit that had multiple functions. In the world of fast fashion, clothes are easily being discarded each day without any regard for the environment. The fast fashion industry contributes around 2.1 CO2 tons to the atmosphere. So when the head judge showed her jacket, it had multiple functions. Now, when you have a garment that has multiple functions, increases the life cycle of the garment, and it reduces the impact of the carbonization to the fashion industry. So I wanted to create an item that had multiple functions. So my garment, excuse me a moment, my garment was created from cotton, satin, and a denim skirt, my sister's old denim skirt, and a vintage shirt. I wanted to use a vintage shirt because a vintage shirt promotes the life cycle of the product and increases the sustainability of the item. All my garments are naturally made items, so they biodegrade more easily than synthetic materials. This summer was one of the hottest summers we had this year, and I wanted to make a change by creating an item that had sustainability to it, but also you could use the garment in multiple ways. So I'm just going to demonstrate that my top actually can turn into a bag. Yes. Now the reason for this is, I just wanted you guys to have a think that next time, before you throw away your garment, maybe there's another way you could use it, and maybe that way the way you change it and use it could promote sustainability and also make just not another item ending up in a landfill site in a developing country, in a slum city. Thank you.
Thank you, contestant number 2, Josephine. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Josephine, contestant number 2. That's contestant number 3, Vanessa Nachtende.
Oh baby, usura kumutwe ngangu maye mukuba kambe mangu bakambo mulungi tabula ko kamoko nanonya kamuto kubukambula wangambo wome wanyo.
For the R3 challenge, which is reduce, reuse, and recycle, I created this dress out of 3 items. I started off by going to my local charity shop and finding a cotton men's shirt, which saved my dad one of his shirts, but also gave back to my local community. I then searched my wardrobe for items that I could add to this shirt in order to brighten it up. I found a handkerchief, which my grandmother had sent me, with a note saying, "It's the thought that counts." I also found this lesu. A lesu is a cotton piece of fabric which is brightly printed, and it represents elegance and beauty. It's well known within the East African community and is often seen as a wrapper cloth. When creating my item, I wanted to take into consideration its impact on the environment. According to the World Wildlife Foundation, cotton is a great contributor of agrochemicals, as well as great water consumption in its production and the rehabilitation of individuals in order for their land to be used for plantation. So I wanted to make sure that I could wear my item over and over again. I took inspiration from this year's fashion, which was ruched and tiered dresses, as you can see on this side of my dress. And I also wanted to make sure that it's something that I could see in my wardrobe in order to not add to my carbon footprint. So I would encourage all of you to also look in your wardrobes for the things that you already own. Think about upcycling and creating something new out of the old things that you have. Alternatively, you can shop in your local charity shop. If that's not for you, I would encourage you to really consider the brands that you shop from and make sure that they are aware of their impact on the environment. Thank you.
Thank you, Vanessa Nachtende. Ladies and gentlemen, contestant number 3, Vanessa Nachtende.
Oh my God.
Nasoka kumulaba ku TikTok. Ngakubye skin jeans inediso. Va kumutunde diso. Figure steady ntambula kati woko.
Thank you, Vanessa.
Mutima yakuteka kabadiro. Oh baby, nanoonya kabuto kubukambula wangamba womerwa nnyo muwogo jangu katuzanye kamese tambula.
Thank you. Did you know that about 80% of all clothing sales in Uganda are of second-hand items discarded from wealthier countries where fast fashion dominates? Now, while this has proved detrimental for our dear country in so many ways, one being the importation of a culture of overconsumption, it has also presented an opportunity for innovation and also evolution for our Ugandan fashion. Ugandans love to dress up, my mother included. Whether you're from the village, where bark is a top choice for clothing, or our elders that like wearing the gomesi and the kanzus, or from Kampala City, where you go to the malls and Owina Market for that weekend outfit, Ugandans wear the latest trends, and they wear them so confidently as well. Now, reflecting the challenge given to me to transform a man's shirt, I collaborated with Frotage Designs to create the vision that I'm wearing today, right? It's a journey, let me take you through it because it took us a while. Now, we used men's shirt, denim jeans, some silk and linen fabric, and also some diamante embellishment, as well as some feathers. Now, the shirt was used to create a choker kind of style here, and the back here, if you can see, right? Along with the diamante embellishment. I have this rule, I can never wear anything without anything shining. I just feel like the outfit is not complete, right? But I can't walk around looking like a Christmas tree 24/7, so at least the eyeshadow can be sparkly, right? Now that was used, the rest of the men's shirt was used to create the bottom, as well as with the silk and linen fabric, right? Now the jeans are the exciting part. So as you can see, the pockets here were used to create the accessory bag, then the cuffs, and also the ruffly style here at the bottom. But anyone who knows me, The Great Gatsby film is actually my favorite film. Now when I think of Great Gatsby, I think of jazz, film, music, feathers. Now, that's why the feathers are in here. So I was going for true glam, excitement, and really and truly, I do feel glam, I'm not gonna lie. So you see, using, reusing, reducing, recycling doesn't have to be a negative thing. Particularly for our Ugandan fashion, there is a profitable opportunity for designers to get those same second-hand items that basically just are a hindrance to our country sometimes, upcycle them, sell them to those that can afford them. Then that way, we're not only ridding our country in Uganda of unwanted garments, but also having the opportunity to grow economically as well. Thank you so much for listening to me.
Give it up for contestant. Number 4, Vanessa Tendernut
Oh
Dunbar.
my God.
Nasoka kumulaba ku tikitoko nga kubye skin jeans n'edisoko va ku mutu n'edisoko figure steady ntambula kati woko kati woko mutima yikuteka kabadiroko.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Jalira Aisha Mpuga, contestant number 5.
Oh baby, usura kumutwe ngangu, my baby, mukuba kambi manvu, bakambu mulungi tabula ko kamogo, nanoonya kamogo kubukambula, wangamba womerwa nnyo muwogo.
So, using the R3 challenge, reduce, reuse, and recycle, I have created this dress out of shirts and a gomez material. So as an influencer and content creator, I get sent clothes all the time. With some of these clothes, I send them back to Uganda as I know they will be reworn by someone else. The energy that is used in making, transporting, and selling these garments all contribute to its carbon footprint. But the climate impact does not stop here. What happens during that garment's lifetime and end life also contribute. So with these shirts, I've chosen a different route. I've chosen to give these shirts a second chance. It is estimated that fewer than 1% of garments are turned into new clothes, with only 15% being recycled at all. The rest just end up in landfill. I've also used an old school t-shirt that belonged to one of my siblings. This t-shirt contains 65% of polyester. School suppliers and retailers such as Asda, H&M, and Aldi are leading the fight to deliver more sustainable products using recycled polyester in things such as blazers and even sportswear. So with this material on this bag and with this dress, all contain polyester. Reusing polyester in this effective way can reduce the carbon footprint of a finished garment, which avoids the creation of new polyester. Upcycling can also reduce carbon emissions in many ways. When things are reused rather than tossed out, less resources are used during the design process, meaning that less energy actually gets wasted. So with this in mind, remember, style is queen, but fit is king. Don't dress to follow trends. Dress to complement your body and make it work. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Nasoka kumulaba ku TikTok. Ngakubye skin jeans n'edisoko.
Thank you, Jalira, contestant number 5. And now we're going to welcome contestant number 6, Samantha Grace Najinda.
Oh baby, usura kumutwe ngangu. My baby, mukuba kambi mangu. Bakambo mulungi tabula ko kamoko. Nanonya kamuto kubukambula.
Good evening. The way that I made my outfit was by using a shirt that I wasn't really using, and I decided to make it into a one-piece. I then used another shirt that I was rarely using, and I cut it up. As you guys can see, it's not even, and I turned it into a whole piece. As you guys can see, it's a dress, to show you guys that to do something a bit more different. I didn't want to make it basic, so what I done was I leveled it differently. As you guys can see, I sewed it all the way around, and to give it that effect of my body, I done it going inwards to go out, and yeah, I just used the sewing machine just to sew all the way around, and added a button in the back to clip it, and that's it. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Samantha Grace Najinda. Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming contestant number 7, Immaculate Olivia Lubega.
Oh baby, usura kumutwe ngangu. My baby, mukuba kambi mangu.
Ladies and gentlemen, judges and special guests, for my Earth Challenge, which is reuse, reduce, and recycle, I created a 2-piece outfit using 3 shirts. I wanted to create something that I would definitely wear again, but also something that represents me in a sense of style. To achieve this look, I cut the white shirt into a crop top and I sewed on material from my denim shirt and my dad's floral shirt. The reason why I used my dad's floral shirt is because it adds that little bit of detail to the whole look, for example, the flowers and the patterns within. But it also reminds me of the time I saw him wearing, which was when he was taking a nap, and I sneakily took a picture of him. One could say I love a good memory. To complete the look, I also used an old white skirt, which again, I sewed on material from the denim shirt and the floral shirt. Now, society nowadays loves a good trend, let it be in terms of phones, music, fashion. But did you know that fast fashion causes an increased amount of consumption among consumers who love wearing new trends? This means that there is an ongoing increase and a negative impact in the shifts and patterns in the temperatures and weathers. People are throwing away clothes they deem useless. But it shouldn't matter if it's too small, too big, or torn. There is always a chance for us to reuse clothing items we wear. So it is my responsibility, as well as yours, to take care of our environment by being part of the solution to cut down the amount of waste we throw away. So the choice is yours. Save it or waste it. Thank you. Thank you, Immaculate Olivia Lubega. Please give it a round of applause for Immaculate.
Nasoka kumulaba ku TikTok. Ngakubye skin jeans inediso. Va kumutunga ediso. Figure steady ntambula kati woko.
Welcoming on stage, contestant number 8, Isabella Mukisa.
Oh baby, usura kumutwe ngangu. My baby, mukuba kambe manvu. Bakambo mulungi tabula ko kamoko. Nanonya kamuto kubambula. Wangambo womerwa nyo muwogo. Yanga katuzanye kamese tambula. Sisi just impakusuku.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, judges and special guests. It was a little over 12 weeks ago when head judge Jose Hendo set us the challenge to reduce, reuse, and recycle. In that moment, I set myself a little bit of a bigger challenge, and I basically set the goal to incorporate the R3 concept into all the outfits you'll see today. And thanks to God and to my mum, I was able to achieve that goal. Every outfit you see today is not brand new, but it's previously loved and with a bit of fresh air into it. I find that the R3 concept isn't actually a foreign concept to us as Africans. Whether, if you remember that ice cream container in your fridge and then you opened it and it turned out to be Bijanjalo, that was reducing. And that was also reusing. Or for example, the earrings that I'm wearing right now, these are banana fiber earrings sourced in Uganda. That's a natural resource, and that's reducing waste. So I found that for this challenge, I wanted to focus on the reusing element of the R3. I find reusing actually saves the energy needed to dismantle and remanufacture products. It also reduces on the waste and pollution that comes with using raw materials. As you can see behind me, this process involved a lot of help from the NHS,
For those of you in the audience who are health workers, whether you're nurses, doctors, surgeons, or HCAs, I wanted to use this challenge to also recognize your hard work. Yep. Including that of my mother's, who is a registered nurse. This is a combination of old nurses' uniforms, scrubs, which are trousers or shirts, as you can see from the difference in colors, and also the NHS logo, which is here as well. Thank you. So I designed this outfit myself, and I got some support from my mum, who's been sewing since she was 12 years old, thanks to my judger. We used the trousers and a combination of the t-shirts to create this train, which is removable. As you can see from here, this is the back of a shirt, which we wanted to leave intact just for the element of creativity. This was a trouser band, which is now a very fabulous collar, if I do say so myself. And we went simple with the skirt, just to not become overbearing with the look. This collar is also removable, so it can become a completely different thing if you put it on the waist. It could give you peplum, it could give you snatched. So I'm really grateful to Jose Hendo for setting this challenge, because it forced me to go back into the creative archives and come up with something brand new for you today. Thank you.
Thank you, Isabella.
Oh my God.
That's Isabella. Mukasa, contestant number 8. Please welcome on stage contestant number 9, Jennifer Catherine Mutumba.
Oh baby, usura kumutwe ngangu, my baby, mukuba kambi mangu, bakambo murundi tabula kokamoko, nanoni kamuto kubukambula, wangambo weme wanyomo.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, judges and special guests. We were assigned the task to create an outfit using only men's shirts that we would potentially wear again. I decided to use my dad's shirt, my brother's shirt, and my uncle's shirt. By default, my family and I have always been into recycling, whether that's sending clothes back home to the less fortunate in Uganda or donating to charitable organizations here in the UK. However, being given this task made me look at recycling in a very different way. I'm not sure about you, but whenever I go out, I have to buy a new outfit, because if I've been seen in something, I can't wear it again, which, thinking about it now, is really ridiculous, because if I've bought it, I should be able to wear it until the seams are literally falling off. So let's take this top, for example. Did you know that the person behind this masterpiece that I want to buy could be as young as 11 years old? Did you know that they could be making as little as 86p a day and are trying to support their family financially? Did you know that they work in unbearable circumstances, inhaling fiber dusts, sands, and are usually getting abused and working long hours? I decided to tie the shirts here on the side to represent my inspiration of family, unity, and love. This shirt here that I'm wearing can be turned into a crop top,
an oversized t-shirt and an overcoat. If I wanted to be really cheeky, I could wear it as a shirt dress and pair it with a belt. That's already 4 outfits, which means I'm saving money and I'm potentially helping the workers, the 11-year-olds that can't go to school because they have to help their families. I also tied the shirts at the side to show togetherness, and if we all just recycle, we can help these children. Thank you.
Thank you, Josephine Catherine Matumba.
Oh my God.
And that's contestant number 9. Welcome to stage contestant number 10, Beatrice Adong.
So I did that thing again. You know that thing where you buy an outfit, you take 1,001 photos, you post it everywhere. On your Instagram, on your Facebook, on your Twitter, even on your Facebook status, only to never ever wear it again. Because after all, the whole world has seen you in it. You see, this is where fast fashion has brought us. We live in a society where you can buy a dress for the same price as a McDonald's meal. And that sounds great, right? But what are the implications this is having on our planet? You see, when I was presented with this challenge, I wanted to make sure that I created an outfit that incorporated all of the R3 things: recycle, reduce, reuse. And so I'd actually come up with an idea with my mum. However, as I was going through my Instagram, I realized that I'd done that thing again. I'd done that thing where I'd worn the dress to the Miss Uganda UK reveal boat party, only to find it lazing around in my house, only for me to probably never wear it again, because after all, the whole world has seen me in it. And so I had to ask myself, as much as I wanted to create an outfit that was outlandish and would stand out to the judges, was I really being true to myself? Would I really wear it again? And the answer was no. And so I decided to revert back to what I know, which was a simple design. I decided to mix 2 shirts together and would let it speak for itself and accessorize it how I liked. And so, knowing that the fashion industry accounts for 10% of the carbon emissions, I want to leave you on this note. The next time you have an outfit that you post everywhere, that you think that you can't wear it outside, think of ways that you too can upcycle it or reuse it. Yeah. Well, you have a part to play, and I hope you play yours. Thank you.
Thank you, contestant number 10, Beatrice Adong.
Oh my God.
That is contestant number 10, everybody. Now, please welcome to stage the last contestant, contestant number 11, Benita Mubiru Mwanga.
Usura kumutwe ngangu my baby mukuba kambi manvu bakambu mulungi tabula koka mogo nanonya kamuto kubukambula wangamba womerwa nnyo muwogo yakakatuzanye kamese tambula sisi just impakusuku.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, judges and special guests.
I wanted to take the R3 challenge on by highlighting the pollution within the fast fashion industry, our habits, as well as what we can do about it. The fast fashion industry has been growing exponentially year by year, so much so that 1 in 6 people worldwide work within the fashion industry. However, only 7% of garment makers make a living wage. The fast fashion industry feels the need to overproduce for our trends. So much so that 85% of garments made this year will be thrown out by the end of the year. They will end up in wastelands where it takes over 200 years to decompose, or they could end up in the ocean where the textile industry is responsible for 1/3 of the world's textiles in the ocean. The fast fashion industry has been catastrophic to our environment. I wanted to incorporate live and dried plants within my garment to show my love for the nature and how vital it is for the environment to survive. I also incorporated dried fruits to show the people who are using different materials such as fruits and vegetables in order to create materials to create sustainable fabrics such as TexFad, a Ugandan company that hits 2 birds with 1 stone by using waste from banana crops and creates high quality and sustainable fabrics. I also wanted to make my garment easy to sew, so I only used 2 tops as well as minimal sewing to create this fabric in order to show you that it's not impossible for you to take your old clothes and make something new and beautiful that you can wear for years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Benita Mubiriranga. Everybody, thank you. Contestant number 11.
Oh my God.
Nasoka kumulaba ku TikTok. Ngakubye skin jeans n'edisoko. Fa ku mutwe n'edisoko. Figure steady ntambula kati woko.